I'm going to teach you a flat and twisted pattern. You can choose either or feel free to mix them together. Have fun with it. For the sake of this demo, I decided to do half and half. We'll start with the flat, and then I'll teach you the twisted pattern. In your kit, you'll find a wooden ring, 3 8-foot cords, 3 15-foot cords, and 2 3-foot cords. Let's focus on our wooden ring and go ahead and grab those 3 8-foot cords. You'll want to find the center of these cords. I take both ends and match them up. I then run them through my hands and find the center point. Feed the cords through the ring so that the center point is resting on the wooden ring. You're then going to repeat this with your 3 15-foot cords. You want the longer cords to rest neatly on top of the shorter cord. First, we're going to learn the gathering knot. Grab one of your 3-foot cords, fold it over about 5 inches, creating a little loop. Keep the long side to the right. Position the loop against the 12 cords. I find it's easy to wrap my hand around all the 12 cords to keep everything in place. You'll then want to use the long side of the 3-foot cord to wrap around the back. You'll then continue coiling around. Be sure to include all 12 cords within the coil. Once you've run out of cord, you'll be left with a tail and a loop. Go ahead and put the tail through the loop. You also have a pull cord up top. Go ahead and pull that tight. You see how it clenches onto the tail? It's now going to pull it up into the coil where it's going to be secure. You can cut off both tails at this point. We won't be needing them. I'm now going to separate out my short and long cords. I find it's easiest to just shake them out. Once you've separated your cords into short and longs, you'll want to create 3 columns containing 2 short cords and 2 long cords. I try to position them so that the short cords are in the center and the long cords are on the outside. You'll see what I mean in a second. We'll be working with our columns one at a time, so I find it's easier to hang the other 2 out of the way. Working with one column at a time, we're now going to learn our square knot. I keep the shorter 2 cords in the center to work as a frame, and the longer 2 cords on either side. Those will be the working cords. To first get our flat pattern, we're going to alternate between a right-hand square knot and a left-hand square knot. Starting with the cord on the right, you'll want to create a little triangle frame and pinch it in front of your center cords. Then take your left cord, put it over the cord you just moved, behind your center cords, and then pull that through the triangle shape you made. Gently grab both your new right and left cords and pull up. You've now done a right-hand square knot. We're now going to repeat the process starting with the left. Create your frame, kind of looks like a number 4. Take your right hand cord, pass it over the cord you just moved, behind the back of your center cords, and through that triangle shape. Gently pull both your right and left cord up, keeping the center cords taut. Continue on alternating between a right hand and a left hand square knot. Here's a few more for good measure. Starting with your far left cord, pass it in front of the center cords, creating a frame. Take the left-hand cord and pass it in front of the cord you moved, around, back, and through your shape. Pull up gently. And repeat with the left. Go ahead and fold it over and give it a pinch. Right goes out in front, behind the center cords, and through the shape. I'm now going to teach you the spiral pattern. So instead of alternating back and forth between a right hand and a left hand square knot, we're just going to use a right hand square knot. You'll see I'm still going through the same process. Right cord over the front, give it a good pinch. Left cord goes over the front, behind the back, and through the loop. Gently pull up, and you'll see you now have 2 right hand square knots back to back. As you continue with your right hand square knots, you'll notice how it starts to spiral around. A good stopping point is when your short and long cords have now become even, or the center cords are even a little bit longer. Repeat this process for the other 2 columns. Once all 3 columns are even, we're now going to join them together. Looking at neighboring columns, you're going to take 2 cords from one side and 2 cords from another. These are your new 4 cords that you'll be working with. The outside cords are now your center cords. Simply tie a right and left hand square knot. Instead of sliding your square knot all the way up, leave 4 to 5 inches. This will make room for your pot. The pair of knots is plenty to hold your pot in place, but I like to add a few more for decorative measure. You're then going to repeat this process until all 3 columns are joined together. We're now to our last knot. We're going to use that last 3-foot cord to create another gathering knot at the bottom of our plant hanger. Simply loop it over about 5 inches. Gather all your cords together, press it on. Use your long cord to then coil all the way around the cords, spiraling all the way down. Once you're at a cord, pull your tail through the loop and then pull up on your pull cord. can then go ahead and trim both your tails. And last but not least, you're going to want to cut all of the tape ends and unravel. This will make the fringy look. I like to leave about half and half, but it's totally up to you. Well, congratulations, you've made your first plant hanger, or maybe your second or third, I don't know, but thanks for watching. I hope you had a great time learning some macrame, and please subscribe to my channel and like and comment on this video.